disclaimer regarding this episode. This is going to be a lot of rambling and a lot of fun, so we hope you enjoy. Thank you. Well, hi everybody, I'm Willem.
And I'm Tim.
And I'm Zach.
And this is a special episode of Hear Me Out Pitch. Well, we have someone you all have heard about in the room with us today. Say hi.
Hi.
It's Zach, the one who hasn't watched Avatar.
You know what? I've seen Jumanji: The Next Level, and you haven't.
Okay,
so I don't
all
really
right,
wanna
all
hear
right.
your
I
crap.
haven't seen it either.
So, you know what?
I don't want to hear
Once
your
again,
crap
you
no more.
lose. I'm just kidding.
I still don't want to hear your crap.
Okay,
no more.
okay. We'll let them decide that, but 100 out of 1 movies I've seen, you haven't. That's a win is a win, I guess, but whatever.
I'll take the 1% chance of winning. There's still a chance is a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. Oh, well, yeah, we just kind of, we've done a lot of, not reviews, what do we usually do, Tim? We've done a lot of,
Rewrite.
a lot of pitch
Try
episodes.
to fix them.
Yeah, we've done a lot of those episodes recently, and we thought, we skipped over episode 40 where we've been having like a thing where we make a list every like 10, but we missed it for 40, so we thought, you know what, we'll do it now. We probably should have waited a week because today is 44,
Yeah.
right?
This is episode. Technically, it's 45 if you count the Christmas special,
Yeah, that's true.
but episode-wise, this is episode 44, which is crazy. It's almost been a year.
And we just looked it up because we were talking about it, and I realized that beginning of May last year is when I came up with I was sick one day from work, and I made up the name of this podcast. Well, I had the name already, but I made up the podcast, I made up a site, and I made up our symbol, so it was cool. And then less than a month and a half later, this guy got married, and then he moved into where we live now, and I said, hey. So, thanks for joining that, Tim. It'll be fun. I'm glad I'm not doing this by myself.
Thanks, buddy.
So-
I'm glad I'm glad I'm a part of this. It's a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
it's fine. I mean, we can't do rated R movies, but I'm just kidding.
That's, yeah.
No, I'm
Right.
giving both them crap. And it's fine. Honestly, I'm okay with that. But, Zach,
Yeah.
you're not really the movie kind of guy.
No.
So, you were kind of giving us crap for not having you on, but, you kind of led this idea going. So what are we doing today?
Movies that we're nervous about that are coming out this year, or not just this year.
Just movies in general.
in general coming out next couple years that we're nervous about. Like,
And I'll put a little caveat there, because I actually want to know, though, does that mean it's a movie that you are excited about, but you're scared they're going to ruin? Is that kind of what we're going with, or?
not entirely.
But just
As
movies
we get into it, there's a few that I'm like,
what is this movie?
why? That's
Okay.
the question I'm asking is why?
Okay.
Like,
Well, what?
Nothing. We'll get to it when we're talking about the movies that we're.
Well, honestly, I don't really have a list, because I will say, to kind of go off, I'm pretty stoked with what I'm getting. I haven't really had anything lately. I'm planning to go see Planet of the Apes here soon. I am very excited for the new Furiosa movie, and I bought tickets this week to go see Deadpool Wolverine, so I can't really complain. I'm loving life over here in my little corner, so I'll
that's why you're over there.
that's
We're
what
over here.
that's why I'm over here in the cool guy old man corner, so it's fine. So I don't know, which one of you wants to lead it off first?
Well, I have a list of about 7 movies, and I know
Let's see.
most of your list is on this list, if not
Is it?
your whole list.
Let's see.
But there's one movie that's coming out that was announced that or maybe it's a TV show. I'm pretty sure it's a movie. No, it's a movie. It's another Marvel movie. The next Captain America movie,
Really?
Brave New World. Apparently, it's got Anthony Mackie, it's got Sebastian Stan, it has Harrison Ford in it,
Interesting.
and it's got Liv Tyler, which both are really good actors.
So do you know who Harrison Ford is playing, correct?
I have no idea.
So he is switching, I can't remember his last name, but his, Hurt, I know his last name is Hurt, but the actor who played General Ross passed away. And Harrison Ford is replacing him.
I see.
So
Okay.
Harrison Ford is now the new General Ross, and they did a really cute, that's why there's a cute thing in the trailer where they say, General Ross, no more mustache, huh? No. And it's just, Harrison Ford. So, and I think it's ironic because if they ever have Rhodey and him talk, it'll be ironic because both these actors were, I'm not going to say like replaced, but yeah, they were replaced or they've been changed over the years. So, but
You're right. Apparently, Liv Tyler will be playing his daughter.
who's Betty Ross?
Yes.
The Hulk's like love.
Yes.
And do you know who General Ross will turn into? The Red Hulk.
You're right.
So I think Harrison Ford can deliver. I've never really seen him as a villain though, so I can see. I'm not really nervous about it. I liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier a lot. I think Captain America is more of the down to earth, safe concepts, and I loved. I don't want to call him Sam. I can't remember the bad guy's name. The evil Captain America. He wasn't evil, though. He was just not perfect. Not saying Cap's perfect, but... Anyway, sorry. I totally, interrupted and took over on that.
No, you're good.
So, but I'm pretty stoked about that, so... I'll interject. I'll tell you why I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be in Thunderbolts, too. That one I actually am nervous about.
I'm still nervous because it's post-Endgame Marvel.
That's what I'm worried. That's why I'm worried. There's only been a handful of Marvel movies that have come out recently after Endgame that I'm okay watching again. Shang-Chi, awesome. Spider-Man: No Way Home, that was all right. But most of the others, I'm just not impressed with.
In all honesty, I think the only one I've watched post Endgame is No Way Home.
I love that one.
Other than that, I haven't.
Shang-Chi is worth the watch.
Yeah, but
That's a good one.
Other than that, I haven't heard great things. It's like, why am I gonna take the time to do this if it's not that?
I think that's why I'm excited for, and I'll tell you guys what I hope to see after Deadpool. I really hope that the end of the Deadpool movie, because my hope is that they go through a portal, because they kind of show that in the trailer. They go through a Doctor Strange looking portal, and I hope that when they arrive, Deadpool looks at the camera and goes, "Oh!" And when he swears, it censors. And it'll be funny. And he goes, "Ah, dang it." So, because he breaks the fourth wall. And he's going to be in it, because we're probably going to get Secret Wars now, because the Kang Dynasty kind of died. So, I don't know. I think if they do it right, this could be the perfect way to retcon everything.
Yeah.
Because he's a he's a fourth wall breaker.
Oh yeah.
Logan, I am very scared to see what Logan has done. My assumption is that this Wolverine is the one that they were kind of hinting at in the Logan movie. But this Wolverine probably was tricked by villains to kill all the X-Men. They use his Berserker Rage, and he goes into a rage, and he kills all the X-Men. That's probably what's going to happen. And I'm nervous about that, but I'm excited. So, again, I feel like this is going to be you guys talking about what you're nervous about, and I'm talking over here like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it turns into that. So, but I do understand. But I think that's why Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be, and it's kind of a crude joke in my opinion as a Christian, but when Deadpool calls himself the Marvel Messiah, he kind of might be one, and is in a way of saving the franchise. So, we'll see. I mean, again, I bought tickets for it. I haven't bought tickets for a Marvel movie, premiere night, since Spider-Man: No Way Home. So.
Spider-Man: Norway Home.
No Way Home! No! Spider-Man, no. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I think that's the only Marvel movie that I might be a little worried about. Again, because it's post Endgame Marvel, and I don't know. The Captain America franchise has always done really well. I haven't seen the new show.
Watch it.
I just like I've said before, the Marvel TV shows I just can't get into.
I do have a question for you though,
Yeah,
because I am kind of nervous about. I guess I do have something I'm nervous about. The Acolyte show.
I'm excited for that
Okay.
because it is pre
Everything.
episode 1.
Okay. Like, isn't like 1,000 years?
It's like 200 years before episode 1.
Okay.
So, I am excited. I am planning on watching that the day it comes out.
All right. All right. So, see, there's a few things.
There is a Star Wars show that I am a little bit worried about. And it's the Rogue Squadron. It's supposed to follow the Rogue Squadron from the movies. My worry is that it's going to be all about the flying and not a lot of story because it's modern Star Wars with Disney in charge, and as long as Dave Filoni's in charge of it, we'll be okay.
Right.
What if they turn it into like a World War II fighter jet type movie where it just follows this like squadron getting close together? Maybe one has a bias towards another one, or
That could be, yeah, I guess.
I
I don't know.
It could work, but it's also Disney Star Wars. It's not.
Yeah.
whoa,
There-
Disney did give us a few good things.
I know, but in my
did.
book,
Actually, no,
book,
Dave Filoni gave us
Dave
a few good
Filoni
things,
gave us, yes.
and Rogue One.
in
Rogue
my
One was good.
in my opinion, there's Star Wars, and then you've got Disney Star Wars.
Disney Star Wars is the moneymaker, and Star Wars is the good stuff.
Pretty much.
Well, it hasn't really been making as much money as they want.
No.
But we won't get into that. But
No, we don't.
Zach, what is something on your list?
Let's see.
Because we could rant all day about certain
Yeah.
stuff,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we're not here to rant. We're here to just do few key points.
One that's coming out here soon. Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
Because it's a Disney sequel.
I've mentioned how I'm worried about that one too.
I'm kind of excited. I think it'll be good.
Excited, but it's more the fact that it's taken them 9 to 10 years to bring it out.
Well, no, it came out, what, 2016?
I looked it up the other day. It's 20. It
Was
was
it
2015.
It was
It was
15?
2015.
I was
2015.
not on this country, so
I was in middle school.
wow.
Yeah, same.
Wow.
I remember watching it with one of my buddies.
I'm just going to leave the room now.
Yeah,
Just
no, but
kidding.
it's just one of those. It's almost like the Incredibles things where it took them 14 years to be able to come out. I'm like, I know we're not at the 14-year mark. We're only at the 9-year mark, but I'm still nervous that also because they have with Inside Out, the first one, right? They have their timeline, right? It's set in this time period. I fear with the big gap, they're gonna go with what's politically correct today.
Maybe. I don't.
Well, if they do, I honestly, and I've mentioned it before, I'm okay with the politically correct stuff as long as it's not the whole point of the movie, because I want an actual story. I respect all of the politically correct stuff.
Yeah, I do too. But
I will respect anybody's choices, but I want a good movie that doesn't force someone's ideologies upon me, force me to think a certain way.
Like, it doesn't feel like we want stories that are driven that everyone can enjoy.
exactly.
And I feel like this one, I feel like they will. What I am nervous about is I honestly just feel like they're biting off more than they can chew. This is a big one to handle, and it's the sequel issue. I honestly can't think of. I can think of maybe a few PC jokes, especially with a few like her going into junior. I can see a few in my head right now, and I am fully expecting it. But what I don't see is I really think this movie. I think if it's well done, we're gonna cry just as much as
I think it'll be good.
or at least I feel like it's what, for anyone who knows what Big Mouth is, that awful Netflix show, this is going to be the actual proper way to show what puberty is like. Well, to help kids understand what puberty is like. Because I'll tell you right now, some episodes of Big Mouth, I was like, that is way too real. The depression kitty was way too real, way too much. It was very well done. Some of those episodes, I was like, this is way too relatable. I don't like it. Same with Inside Out, the first one. It was like the part where it's like you have a happy, sad memory. I loved it. When she cries to her parents finally cries, I was like, aw.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Inside Out was written with the aid of psychologists.
I believe so. They used I will do a double check and I'll do editor's note, but I'm fairly certain because that's what Pixar usually does. They usually like go into what they're doing. So
and if as long as they do that again with this one, it'll turn out okay.
Because
with the first Inside Out, I don't know about you guys, but I moved around a lot as a kid. So it was a point where I could relate watching it. I'm like, no, I know exactly what you're going through. Like, and I wasn't to the extent, wanting to run away and stuff, but I'm like, I want to go back home. I want to go back to my friends. So, but that's kind of what makes me nervous about the second one is I was able to relate to the first one because that had come out just a couple years after I moved the last time.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Like it is one that bittersweet. I'm excited, but I'm also really, really nervous.
sequels make me nervous no matter what. Yeah. Especially with Pixar. The only Pixar sequel that I think is like the number 2 that is probably as good as the first one is Toy Story. Every other one...
Yeah, Toy Story 2 was great.
I don't think any of their other sequels quite nail it. I'm not saying... Speaking of Toy Story 5, I need them to find Andy.
Agreed.
That's what needs to happen. And again, I told you that if I would have done the Lightyear, I would have had an after-credit scene of Andy leaving the theater with his son, and you see Woody and Buzz looking at him, and it makes you go, wait a minute, didn't Buzz leave with... So, I don't know. I think
Inside Out, or not Inside Out, Toy Story, yeah. Toy Story needed... The first 2 movies, the first 3 movies...
I love the third one.
We were following Andy. Like, we grew up with Andy. Right? As they were coming out, we grew up with Andy, and we got to experience what he experienced while we were his age. And it was really cool. And the third one was great. And I thought, him leaving the toys with Bonnie was a fitting end for the series, for the whole franchise. But then they kept it going, following Bonnie. And that kind of it felt like a kick to the groin. You know what I mean?
It did. It was a gut punch for sure. Especially
I haven't even watched the 4th one.
You should. I feel like everyone should watch it once. There's a few very sweet parts. The animation is wonderful. Forky's weird. I feel like that was a very weird character. I like the idea somewhat, but it makes you... If you watch the first one right after the 4th one, you go, this is blowing stuff way too far. They're crossing lines they never would have thought possible with the first movie, and I don't like that. So, I know Woody crossed a few lines when he talked to Sid, so...
That's true.
Yeah, but that's for a different...
I don't know. I just feel like at this point, let the franchise don't let it die, but stop making the movies. Maybe make little spin-off series. Follow Mr. Potato Head, Mr.
You can't.
Follow Slinky. Follow the dinosaurs, Rex. And the new one.
Trixie.
Yes, Trixie. But I don't know. I'm just
They
done.
can-
I'm done with their movies.
They could honestly do like what Disney did with Star Wars and Mandalorian with Toy Story. They could do something like that. Do
Yeah.
a TV show like
Where it
and
crosses over and we recognize some
crossover,
characters.
but they could like recognize characters from them. But they could almost do dedicated 40-minute episode of each toy. You
I
know?
just think
Like,
their shorts are perfect. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think that would be good then.
stick with the shorts for Toy Story. That's
all we need.
that's my opinion. Stick
Just-
with the shorts.
8 short stories would be awesome. I'd love to see what happened
Yeah.
to Lutzo. I would love to see what happened to Prospector. I'd love to see what happened to
Yeah.
Sid.
Yeah,
It'd be funny if
Sid was the garbage man.
people say that, and I believe it, but it would be cool to still see.
Yeah.
So
stick with the shorts. That's it.
yeah, you got another one,
Yeah. Another one.
or was it your turn? It doesn't matter. It
I don't know.
I don't know.
The next one on your list is probably on my list too.
I don't know. Should we go with the big one here, real quick? Get it out of the way.
What's your big one?
My top one.
Oh yeah.
Should we get this out of the way
Sure,
now?
we can get it out of the way.
Okay.
Is it Minecraft?
Yeah.
It
It's
is
Okay, okay.
It's Minecraft.
I will just disclaimer right now. I've never played. Don't really care. It's just and it's funny because usually this is how Zach kind of is when me and Tim are talking about stuff. But this is the one time I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, it's gonna be cool. I think I play Steve a few times on Smash Brothers, but I don't get nothing. I think these two were talking about a pig and a crown at one point, and I was like,
Right.
what are you talking about?
If you understand
You
that
understand.
reference, good for you. If you don't, it's okay.
Well, we're not gonna judge you if you don't.
Good.
But
It's just it's referencing a very, very big YouTuber who passed away.
Oh,
Technoblade.
yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, he was cool. They better have. Okay.
My big worry with the Minecraft movie, one, Jason Momoa.
I saw
He's
that.
hit or miss for me. He's very hit or miss for me.
He's been missing a lot for me lately.
He's good in Aquaman. I think he does an okay job in Aquaman. But everything else he's in, I just can't. I don't know.
He's like another Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
He's a hairy Dwayne Johnson.
Yes. He's Dwayne Johnson if Dwayne Johnson had hair.
I mean, I honestly wouldn't mind seeing those two in a movie, like an action movie together,
Well,
like as
aren't-
rivals.
Aren't
Or
they?
fighting side by side. That'd be fun.
No,
Aren't
I want
they in the Fast and Furious?
different.
Movies.
They might be They might be in the newest one to get this fine. I don't know. I've only seen the first one, so I don't care.
haven't seen any of them.
I've
that's fine.
seen bits and pieces of the first 5.
And I
just
know that
never
the
seen
second
all.
one has the best song ever. Do 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 do. Anyway,
Yeah, the Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Drift,
but you guys know what I mean. But you're probably surprised that I haven't seen them because I'm a car guy.
Yeah, but also.
but you're a working car guy, not
That's true.
not speed demon. You're not drifting down the. Well, you might be.
I
but,
mean.
but no, you guys are speed demon. But you know what I mean. You're not making your car into a speeding missile. You're not. You're trying to make your car fast, but
You
you're
want-
also.
Could you imagine
You
the red
want to
truck
make-
doing that?
You want to make your
Yeah,
car
that's a
loud.
Ford Ranger.
You want to make your truck loud. You don't
Yes.
need to make it fast. You
You
don't-
also-
Got the
You don't really care
aerodynamics,
about that.
aerodynamics of a
Aerodynamic, your hick voice came out a bit there, son. You better be careful. People will know you're blue collar.
Shit.
Shit No, I get it though, Jason. I'm not nervous about Jack Black though.
I'm not.
That's the part. That's the one
that's
part
the
I'm
thing
excited for.
I'm happy about. I think Jack Black will do a really good job. I don't know. The fact that they're taking Minecraft, which is a sandbox video game, like you can literally do anything, right? I have built castles. I've built pirate ships. I've
Chambers.
built torture chambers. I built
You did?
I built a Jedi temple, and the Millennium Falcon. I've built it all.
Me
Right.
and Tim have built stupid stuff.
We built castles. We built the one sheep machine that we won't say anything more about.
Yep.
I'm scared. All
And
right.
it's-
Don't worry about it. That's it.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
But
no sheep were harmed.
making a movie about it, like, yeah, Matt Pat, with Game Theory went into a bunch of the history and was piecing together the lore of Minecraft. And
But that's just a game theory.
No.
Oh?
That's just a theory.
Oh, sorry.
A
Game theory. I'm sorry. Well, he's done, so we can't talk about it anymore.
I don't say. But anyway, he did a fantastic job of compiling all the lore together. And I'm just worried that the Minecraft movie is going to make that obsolete, and two, that it's going to just... I feel like I'm worried it's going to end up doing what a lot of people worried the Mario movie was going to do, and feel like a repeat of the games. The Mario movie was great.
Yeah, no.
It was a beautiful movie. They did a really good job. But a lot of people worried that the Mario movie was going to end up feeling like a lame version of someone just playing the games. And I'm worried that that's how the Minecraft movie is going to end up.
Well, me and you were talking about it the other day. And didn't you say it's going to be live action?
Yeah. It's live action.
Live action. Like, if they're going to do it, you freaking animate the movie.
Yeah.
This is a video game we're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
there is nothing realistic about Minecraft.
Okay, well, that's what I've been... Okay, so on that note, how to do in a quick tangent real quick. Something I'm... Just tiny little sub-tangent. I'm going to go right back to Minecraft. But speaking on that regards, I am terrified for the Legend of Zelda movie.
It's on my list.
Okay.
We're
Then
getting there.
we'll go back to it.
We'll touch on it.
We're getting there.
We're not going to touch it. We're going to touch on it. Okay.
Yeah. We're getting there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the whole Minecraft thing though, like, this is not a realistic game at all. If you've seen people play.
I've seen it. You can
this
make
is
stuff.
blocks. Weird blocks.
Okay, but if
block
you're a
people.
random guy
Excuse
just getting just dropped into this Minecraft world,
Jennifer Coolidge is going to be in this movie.
Oh, she's gonna have to have a hot dog while she plays, real bad. Oh, I feel like, because by what I've seen, it would be terrifying just be dropped into that world. I think it's funny because people are like, "Oh, the last video game you played in, what world would you want to be dropped into?" Or like, "That's the world you want to be to." And someone's like, "Oh, I was dropped into Doom," and then one person said, "I was dropped into Minecraft. That's no big deal." And then the subreddit went just ham on that person, going, "Wait a minute, what happens at nighttime? Or what happens when the Endermen show up, or whatever? Or what happens if you accidentally fall into like the whatever? I don't know.
Fall into a ravine and die.
Yeah, like
That quick.
it's just like falling into this world, but the rules are just a little different. I don't know. No, a lot different.
But
Apparently, and I'm reading the IMDb page for this, so it could be exactly what it says, or it could be completely different because it's IMDb. And I quote, "The malevolent Ender Dragon sets out on a path of destruction, prompting a young girl and her group of unlikely adventurers to set out to save the overworld."
From hearing that, Minecraft Jumanji, that's instantly what I thought of.
That's exactly that's what I was thinking too.
I mean, it's a simple concept. I get it. And honestly, I'll be honest, so that's probably why I was really I didn't want to see the second one, because there only needed to be one. They didn't need to make a second one.
They did.
It's true.
The
Did
second
you
one,
like it?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I
see it.
personally,
The original
Jumanji.
Jumanji
I haven't seen the
is
original.
the best. You need to.
I
Great.
I love Robin Williams. I love him so much. If I could probably bring back anyone, but I will sadly admit that I think I enjoyed the Dwayne Johnson one more. Because because it was the perfect homage, and it
was
and
the
it showed
perfect
how
homage.
scary that the game truly is. Like, we don't fully understand what this game is. I wish if I could have any movie. That's not true. I want a lot of movies, but I feel like that is the thing. They shouldn't have done a second one. They should have done what in the world Jumanji is, because what it shows.
Jumanji Unleashed.
Well, like, no, what is it? Was it just like was it a game of a mad like wizard from long ago who just loved to play games and trick people? Was it made by Loki? Like, what is it? Like, there's so many things.
That would have been
Because
I would have enjoyed that.
It turned
That would be
into
a good
a
move, though.
board game.
That would be a good movie.
And then
So-
the original one, it's a board game, and then the one with The Rock,
And
it turns into a video game.
The original was the hoop game that the Pioneers played with the stick and the hoop.
No, honestly, I think it's a game of like. I don't know what it. That's anyway. I think. Ooh, what is that?
We'll see. We'll see what the Minecraft movie brings. It's
just-
supposed to release in April next year,
We'll see.
so we'll see.
You've been so patient. Go.
I just wish they would have animated it. Like,
Yeah,
I know, and I know that animation is a cheesy answer, but
like,
I'm also sick of live action
right.
because our CGI is not. Well, okay, I wouldn't mind it if the CGI didn't look like we've regressed.
Yeah,
if the CGI didn't look like CGI.
look at Star Wars. Right, episodes 4, 5, and 6, great. They didn't really need CGI. They had the puppets. Episodes 1, 2, and 3. Episode 1 came out 25 years ago. Not a single clone, not a single set of clone armor was made for episode 2. Not a single one. And you can't tell most of the time. Like there's some scenes where you can kind of tell that it, if you're looking for it, if you know
What to look for.
you can kind of tell that the clones are CGI.
There's not a single one,
Not one.
even in the third one.
I don't know about the third one, but in the second one,
Because the only shot you see is them being trained.
no. Episode 2 is
Oh
when they
no!
show
When
up.
they show
on-
up
on
and
Battle of
Fortunate Son
Geonosis.
starts playing as they show up. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Next time you watch that movie, play Fortunate Son of that scene. It is, because all of a sudden they like look up and you just and then Silver Spoon, Silver Spoon. It just the clones start. It's the best thing to do.
Okay.
Anyway, don't sue us. Anyway,
But yeah, I just. Anyway, that's Clone Wars, right? You can't really tell it's CGI. Fast forward, right? Some of the movies that we've talked about the last several weeks, the CGI has been garbage.
okay. I think the newest Star Wars movies, as much as I've seen, they did a pretty good job.
They do a really good
They
job.
do a great
I
job.
will admit,
Star Wars has gotten all the love.
Star Wars, yes, they're animators, not animators. They're
Think
CGI,
about it.
everything.
No,
They've done
it's
a really fantastic
Marvel
job.
hasn't. Disney gave all their CGI love to Star Wars, and it's
Star
making
Wars
me mad.
also has the name behind it, so the budget gets thrown towards the name that they know is going to be successful.
I'm going back and listening and looking at some of our episodes. Right, Bloodshot. I think Bloodshot did okay. Some of the CGI.
I had someone at work comment because I said that we did that movie, and they said, "Oh, you mean the stupid flower movie?" And they were like, they totally agreed with you on that. They're like, should have blown up. So anyway, thought that was funny.
Morbius. Some of the CGI was. Some of it was good. Some of it was
There was some painful
really
scenes.
bad. There was The Legend of Hercules.
Oh,
There were some
oh
really
my
bad
gosh!
CGI.
But that one I kind of made sense because
Yeah.
not really.
Aquaman.
Yeah, there were some bad
Um,
ones.
Gemini Man. That's the big one that I think we were talking about how it should have been Jaden.
Or it should have. Well, no. They should have not focused so much on CGI, and they should have done cheap things to actually have stuntmen on it. They seriously, the whole thing had like CGI stuff over it, and it looked so wonky.
Yeah.
And it's like you couldn't have just tried to.
The eyes and the mouth.
Some parts with him though, when it's always in the dark. Whenever it's in the dark, it always looks better because light is so hard to render. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I kind of want a tangent then
Okay.
to
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Because you have a theory, not just a theory.
It's a game theory.
It literally a movie, a
Zelda
a
theory.
pitch theory.
So, the director of the Zelda movie is the same director who directed the new Planet of the Apes movie.
Yeah.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is like 95% CGI.
Yep.
It's mocap,
Yep.
motion capture.
Yep.
And he directed that. He is directing the Zelda movie. My theory, and it's not just my theory, there's a YouTuber that I watch called Zeltic. He's probably my favorite YouTuber because he just does some really in-depth Zelda theories, and he talks about the Legend of Zelda and like that's his whole channel. But he went in depth explaining how the Zelda movie would probably end up being mocap because of this director, and I'm under the same impression. It is live action. That is the one thing that bothers just about everybody.
What if
I
they
am
did like
worried.
Monster House? Have you guys seen Monster House?
Yes.
Okay, so you know how they mocapped everything? Because that's technically it's animated, but they motion captured everything. So is that live action or not?
No.
No, that's still
That's
that counts.
animated.
Darn it.
Okay, but with Zelda, I'd much rather have Zelda be live action than Minecraft.
I can agree with that.
Yes.
Like,
But
'cause
that being said,
I feel like Zelda is much more realistic.
yeah,
and
I mean you look
easier
at
to
Twilight
do
Princess,
do
right?
live
That is
action than
essentially
Minecraft.
live action. I just my there's two sides to this coin, to the Zelda coin. If it's gonna be live action, it has to be motion capture. It's gotta be. If it's not, it has to be animated in the Studio Ghibli style.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It should be Studio Ghibli. Honestly, Studio Ghibli and Nintendo, please, if you're listening, make a Zelda movie together.
No, I just think they should just make a game. I think one of the Zelda games should be partnered with Studio Ghibli, and it's just a cute little montage, and it's like the descendant of Wind Waker Link, and it's just adorable.
I think that'd be really
For
cute.
animating, though, I would love to see it done by the people that did Mario.
Illumination.
Yeah.
No.
No, okay, Illumination.
Because they did
Illumination
really well.
did Minions.
did.
They did the Minions and Despicable Me.
That's just too. If
They
they,
did a
did
really
it, if
good
they
job
did
with-
like Wind Waker,
So Illumination did a really good job with Despicable Me, which I'm gonna talk about Despicable Me later.
Yeah, no,
It's on my list.
same.
okay.
But they did that, and they did the Mario movie. That was animated beautifully.
Yes.
I don't think that style works for Zelda.
I want them to do Metroid. I'm just kidding.
That's
Metroid would be a good one to be live action.
Yeah, of
but
course.
that animated style could work for Minecraft or for
It could.
like
Illumination doing Minecraft. Is that what you meant?
That's what I would
Oh, I
love
thought
to
you
hear.
meant Illumination does Legend of Zelda.
Well, like
Mhm.
either one though. Like if I'm gonna choose one to be animated and one to be live action, Zelda is live action, hands down. Out of between Minecraft and
Between the two, I can agree.
So what would you guys want the story to be then? What do you want it to be? Just a Jumanji? Shut up! I'm just kidding. What would you guys want? Would you want it to be about Steve, or would you want it to be like a Jumanji ripoff, or
I don't know.
Brian.
Brian. I don't know. Honestly, the Minecraft movie shouldn't exist.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be a thing.
that's where I stand.
If they're going to do a Minecraft movie, it should be animated Elemental. The Elemental Studios style. They're the ones, Villager News.
Yeah,
They're the ones that do Villager News.
yeah.
That's how it should be animated.
That's how it should be animated. But if they're gonna do a whole movie and story on it, we already have the Minecraft story games.
Yeah.
Let's follow that line. Like, let's not follow the sandbox game.
Yeah.
Let's follow
I'm kind
the
of-
Minecraft story.
I would be curious to see, where jungle temples and the ocean monuments and all those structures came from. Could be kind of cool to throw that into the movie, but I don't know. I don't know. All in all, I'm worried that the Minecraft movie is gonna flop because it's not gonna capture the essence of the game itself.
Well, I'm still concerned about the fact that they are taking a block-based game and turning it into a live action. Like, we're going from very
They did
block.
that to Legos.
Yeah, it kind of did.
Lego did it successfully, though.
Not the second one.
We don't talk about the second one.
Thank you.
I didn't hate it.
Well, maybe I'll kick
But
you
I'm
off
allowed.
for that
I'm
episode.
allowed to have an opinion.
But yeah, no, but like Lego did it well.
Maybe I'll have you come up for that episode. Anyway.
I need to watch it again. But
Okay.
they did good. Lego, the first Lego, they did good
Why did they do so well?
because they crossed the boundary of they have the block side and then they have the kids playing with it, right?
So they captured the essence.
The true essence of Legos.
Well, so what's the
Is-
essence of Minecraft? It's building and surviving.
Yes, but it's not a physical clip Legos together style. It is you're holding your controller or mouse and keyboard, whoever.
Think Free Guy.
Free Guy was awesome.
Free Guy is great. I think that if they did something similar to that, that could work. But again, that'd be a Jumanji / Free Guy.
I think
ripoff.
I think a darker twist on it.
They're not gonna.
PG-13. And I know but the game, 15 years, right?
15 years.
Yeah.
I was 14.
You're old.
Shh, shut your face. Shut your face too. You both of you. Shut up.
Let's see, 15 years ago.
I was 7.
9.
9, 8.
8. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that time I look back at that now as a almost 29-year-old. I'm like, that's not too far apart. But now I'm like, it's pretty big. So yeah, all my friends had it because it came out on what, Xbox first or PC? I don't
It was a
remember.
PC.
It was PC.
It was
Okay.
PC.
I don't know. I don't know
When
nothing.
it came out on Xbox, there was Xbox Minecraft Xbox 360 edition.
Yep, and all my
That
friends,
was
all my friends,
classic.
all my
Oh my
friends got
gosh.
that one. So, but I just feel like there's a big, even just a little bit darker, I think would work. Just the idea of scary, like the first Ender, the Enderman thing would. I want that. Like, if I were to experience the Enderman experience, I want it to be like the Hobbits hiding from the Nazgul the first time. You're like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like there might be hope, but I can see why y'all are nervous.
Well, it's just a game that we
Love.
and we play it all the time, and we're just
Me and him have spent hundreds of hours playing it together. That's not.
it's not
us
including our personal worlds and playing it with other people.
Yeah.
I've probably put several thousand hours into that game.
Oh, just really quick for these guys. How long have you? So I've known these two for a good, well, let's just say the two of you together, a year and a half for fun.
Year and a half.
2 years somewhat, but at least for you, Zach.
Yeah.
But
About a year and a half.
a year and a half tops. How long have you two known each other?
6, 7 years. 7 years.
7 years.
So these two have known each other for a fat minute. So
We've been hanging out for 7 years.
Yeah.
cute.
So we've played this game so much. There's been 1 a.m. nights, 2 a.m. nights, 3 a.m. nights. Yeah. Us just sitting there.
How do you guys play that with multiple people? Are you like each on a system in your own homes or
It
what?
depends. You can
Depend-
play split screen,
Oh, okay.
or you can play together on the same world on 2 different.
Like a lot of
Ways.
times for us, like I know this doesn't really apply to what we're talking about, but like we would shout out to Disney. We'd be watching Phineas and Ferb on my TV, on my Xbox, right? And then Tim, Tyler, and I sitting on my couch, each of us on our laptops playing Minecraft together.
For about 4 hours a day.
That was Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's
that was
cute.
Sunday after church. For 8 months.
Longer than that.
So it means a lot to you guys.
Yeah.
So I have another random show for you guys because I don't know if it's true, rumors. they're doing another season of Phineas and Ferb.
2 new seasons.
Two
new seasons.
You guys nervous about it, or
No,
Not really. Dan Povenmire
is in charge of
is
it.
in charge, so he created the show with Jeff Swampy Marsh.
Yep.
So as long as they're in charge, I'm not worried.
what
Yeah.
do you want? Do you want them to do the kids grown up more, or do you want to just they're still in that same summer, or would you mind them being in
I wouldn't mind a different summer for one.
I
like
don't-
they're in high school now or something?
Well, okay, I don't know how much of it you've watched.
I've basically watched everything.
So you know the episode when they go to college.
Yes. So do you want them to follow that?
I would love an episode or two following that.
Yeah.
There's also several episodes where they go to the future.
More of that.
Well,
I'd
there's
like
the
to
one.
see-
There's the one where they have to go get the wood metal fusing tool,
Yeah.
and that the end of that one, the Candace's kids say, "Hey, that looks like Aunt Isabella,"
Cute.
and Isabella makes a comment. That means I'm gonna marry Phineas, and Candace's comment to that is, "Or
Or
Ferb."
Ferb. Which
And Ferb
we all
totally-
know Ferb ends up with Vanessa.
We all know how it ends,
because
but it's
he
one of
knows he
those-
likes those older women, I guess.
But it's more of we all know what happens, but it's just one of those like. What was the comment of that the mom makes in the future? Oh, Phineas is in whatever country and Ferb's here. Like,
So you just want to see what the boys.
I want to see what the boys are
because
up
they're
to.
like because in real life, if we're following how old they would actually be, they'd be my age or older.
They were when it started in 2008.
6, 8.
2008.
They were 9 years old.
8. They were 8.
8 years old.
8 in 2008. So they're my age.
Oh my gosh! I
They're
always
me
thought I
and
was
Tim.
older than
They're
them.
me and Tim's age.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go throw myself off.
You are closer to Candace's age.
I'll take it.
So,
What have you two been up to lately? Just kidding.
but it's. I want to see where they're at. Like,
Yeah.
we're
Cute.
sitting around at this table, right, doing what we do. What are they doing at our age?
They could have a kid. We don't know. That would be cool. All right. Well, I just wanted to throw that one out there for fun because I was like, are you guys nervous at all? And
Is that
I
the
had a
shit?
feeling
Should be.
this year. I think it was the end of this year. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm very hopeful for it. I follow Dan Povenmire on TikTok.
I follow him on YouTube.
I follow him on Instagram.
Oh, we got the ones covered.
Got
Great.
the trifecta.
But they've already been recording music, and Dan's excited about it. Which makes me excited about it, because if he's excited about it, that means we're doing something good.
Ooh. Okay.
But if it's not going the way he wants it to go, then we're screwed.
Okay, this one's going to be a special one for me and Tim. I guess I am very hesitant with the new Avatar: The Last Airbender series and movies. Not the live action. I haven't watched it. Don't care.
Oh,
Whatever.
following after.
But the following after,
Korra.
I am nervous and I am disappointed. And this is a personal thing as someone who wants to do voice acting. I am very upset that the only voice actor returning is Zuko. All the other voice actors are going to be different. Y'all can call me out for that, but honestly, I feel like their voices nowadays wouldn't have changed that much. They've all grown up. But I think it'll be fine. We'll see. But I just don't know. Because Korra was not as good as Avatar: The Last Airbender. Not bad, but not
No,
as
it wasn't. It wasn't bad, and we've talked about it before. Last Airbender is the epitome of perfection.
good. Except for 3 episodes.
No, not even including those 3.
I would rather watch the live action movie than watch The Rift. I'm just kidding. I take that back.
Ouch. I love them all because they're all it's all character building, it's all story, it's all cohesive.
Okay, along the Avatar thing, have you watched the live action series?
Not yet.
No, again.
We were traumatized about something that doesn't exist.
Yes.
I understand. I'm just saying, I've seen it as I'm, watching stuff. I'm like,
Well, okay, for
Does it
someone
come
who
together?
hasn't watched the cartoon a lot, like not a lot of it, how do you like it?
I haven't watched it, so
Oh.
I just was like,
So maybe you should watch that first. Let us know.
don't know. I just,
All right, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in that I'm
Yeah.
hesitant. The movies, I think the one that follows Zuko, I'm excited for. I'm sad
Yes.
that I won't hear the voices of the actors that made the characters, and I hope it was for good reasons and not because they're nervous about stuff. Because I feel like even if they did decide to do their roles again, I really don't feel like the audience would have cared. But
Yeah.
that's all I'll say about that. I'm just
I think-
sad.
The two most iconic voices in Avatar are Zuko and Sokka.
I was gonna say Katara.
I'd say Sokka's more. His voice is more well known than Katara's. I think. You pinpoint him as a voice actor.
I can pinpoint
things.
Katara.
Can you?
Yeah, because she's in Scott Pilgrim versus the World,
Yeah.
and she reprised her role in Scott Pilgrim, the animated one, and I was like, why can't you do Katara? You sound, it would be so good. She had such. It's fine. Ooh,
Yeah.
sorry, voice acting rant. I'm just like, it's a voice acting. It's voice acting. You just lend your voice. Your voice is beautiful. We love your voice, and since it's animated, we have to love your voice. So it hurts.
Yeah.
All right, Tim. Good transition. Give us another one.
All
I'm
right.
gonna be sad.
that was a rant and a half.
That was a rant and a half. I'm sorry. A voice acting thing really.
No, I was
Ryan's-
reading all the video game stuff. That was a rant and a half. That was.
Yeah.
My next one, Zach isn't gonna care.
Excuse me.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
There's the War of the Rohirrim. It's supposed to be the story behind Helm's Deep.
Okay.
I'm worried.
Okay, Tim. I want to ask really quick. Sorry, and I know I just kind of barged in, but just why did you watch Rings of Power?
I didn't. I watched the first episode, maybe 2 episodes. I can't remember. And I was talking to my dad about it on Sunday, and it's just the story is okay. Like I know the story. That they're getting a second season, which good for them. The story moves way too slow. The first 2 episodes, we already fell behind. It felt so slow. It just didn't pick up speed. And my dad said, because he's watched the whole thing, which good for you, Dad.
Did he like it?
He liked the story. He thought it was too slow, and that's what I'm worried about. War of the Rohirrim, is that it's gonna be too slow. Because when it's Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is me and my dad love Lord of the Rings. It's our thing, and I'm just worried that they're gonna mess it up. Does that make sense? Like it's something that I care about so much that it worries me when people touch it. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
It would be, and I'm not a dad, so I don't actually know, but it would be something like maybe giving your kid to somebody to watch while you go on vacation.
We're sending him to like boarding school.
Sending them to boarding school, giving them to someone else to watch.
One of those, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. I love Lord of the Rings so much.
Are you
and
gonna go watch the?
I will watch it in theaters.
Okay.
Yes, it will happen.
Isn't it gonna be like the full, crazy re-updated like CGI, and it's gonna be very fancy, and it's gonna be the full extended versions in the theaters?
Yes.
Okay.
My plan is when all of them when they return to theaters, because Return of the King was in theaters last year. I didn't go see it in theaters, and I regret that a lot.
I didn't see any of them in theaters, and I was well alive, old enough to see them, and I didn't. So
Yeah, but yeah, like when any of them come back to theaters, I'm gonna go see them in theaters. I don't care. It's gonna happen. Anyway, just to finish this quick little thing, I'm worried about War of the Rohirrim. I'm worried that they're gonna change the lore. I'm worried that they're gonna mess with things that they don't need to, things that they shouldn't. At the same time, I am incredibly excited because that is probably playing Lego Lord of the Rings. The Battle of Helm's Deep is probably my favorite level. Probably second to climbing Mount Doom, or second only maybe to climbing Mount Doom. But anyway, it's just something I'm a little hesitant and I'm worried about, if that makes any sense.
It does. You got another one for us?
Yeah, there's two that I want to like bounce just really quickly. There's just a few things that bug me that they're doing. There are a couple movies.
Okay.
One, Transformers. Can we just kill the series?
No, whoa.
I know.
Hold on a second.
What?
I like Transformers.
Okay, but do you not feel like they're milking the series yet?
No. Wait,
Yes, they have been since the third movie.
Okay. Sorry.
No, exactly.
Okay. Let me try something else. I stopped watching after the third. I
Okay.
haven't been satisfied, so I feel like I need something. Are you talking about this new one with Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, how many Transformers movies are there? I bought the Blu-ray set years ago, right?
And they still weren't
There's
done.
5 movies in it.
Yeah.
And after the second one, I lost interest.
To be fair, we do have a lot of Fast and Furious and a lot of Marvel.
That's Fast and Furious is another one I want to cover. Great. There is not that much. Yes, I get it. It's street racing, all that. There's a big following for it.
It's gotten way too big.
It's gotten way too big. Kill the series off. Yes, you're still making money, but you're just milking the fans' lawn because you know that they don't care about the story. As long as it has the Fast and Furious name on it, it's gonna make money.
It's about family.
It's about
Exactly.
family.
Fast and Furious.
Family.
Transformers. You guys are probably gonna hate me for this next one, but it's. I just forgot.
Really quick, wait. Before you say that one, I want to just kind of throw out something. So there's this new animated one coming out, and I'm actually excited because I prefer Transformers to be more animated.
Animated, I'm fine. I'm talking live action.
No, but this one everyone's kind of upset about because it's Optimus Prime and Megatron before they were
on Earth.
on Earth, and it's them on Cybertron. It's
enjoy
their
that.
origin stories, but the
I
thing
would
is
enjoy that.
is that people have pointed out that the voice acting is kind of because it's Keegan Michael Key is Bumblebee, but all I hear is Keegan Michael Key, the guy who plays I can't remember which character he's in. He was the creator guy in the Eternals. He helped make the atomic bomb. The black guy.
Oh,
He's the voice of
yeah.
Megatron, and all I hear is him. Scarlett Johansson plays RC, and all I hear is her. But Chris Hemsworth, guys, I didn't realize it was him, because he's actually trying to sound like Peter Cullen. So again, here's another voice acting rant for you guys, is they aren't getting voice actors to do these roles that were made for voice acting. Like Chris Hemsworth full on tries to say like, we are more than meets the eye, and he says it like in an American accent and says it with the same cadence as Peter Cullen. But then you have the guy playing Megatron, and it's not raspy, it's not this tired, it's just this like kind of annoyed voice. And I kind of get it because but Megatron was supposed to be this like worker, and it just seems like he's just kind of like, it's like he's Ramesses of Moses, and he's just like, I was always like in trouble because of you. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I
with
get
the
it.
animated series. It's the live action stuff that I'm tired
But they
of.
might have G.I. Joe with it, and if they, I didn't mind the newest one. I didn't mind the Bumblebee movie.
I haven't seen. I've watched
The
the
Bumblebee
first
movie
two.
was okay.
Other than that, I've ignored the series because I'm like,
Watch Bumblebee.
okay.
Bumblebee was okay. The only two Transformers movies I even care about anymore are the first one, because it's classic, and Bumblebee. I don't care for the second one or the third one. I don't care for any of them after the first one except for Bumblebee.
I just loved Megan Fox in the first one because junior high me was like freaking out, and I wanted a Camaro because of that movie. But now that I've gotten older, I don't care about Camaros. But if I ever see a yellow Camaro on the freeway ever, my almost
Bumblebee.
30-year-old, hey, Bumblebee! So I don't
always.
But I think this newest one that's a sequel to Bumblebee, I think this director is doing a good job kind of keeping the spirit. But one thing I want them to drop, even though they're kind of trying to add G.I. Joe into it, I don't know. I'm somewhat with you, Zach, but I'm also like, I need a good franchise. I need it. I want it. It's kind of like with Marvel. I want Marvel to die some days, but I also want it to like thrive because I love it.
I want it to do well, but I also want it to just be done.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And I just feel like they're milking us along.
Die in a good way.
Exactly. Die in a good way.
I'm touching Zach's hand here, Zach. That's what they do with most movies. They're trying to just get you to spend.
I know.
I know both of our hands are sweaty. We're like,
But I'm just like, it's still like.
it stinks.
and
It stinks.
This next one I'm adding to this list of Just Let It Die Off, I don't know how you're going to feel about it.
I agree with you with this
I'm
one.
already
though.
mad. I'm already mad. Just saying.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, absolutely. Nope. It just should have.
It should have
The
died.
fifth one was okay.
I haven't watched
Never seen
past
it.
3.
It's four is good.
Actually, I think
It
I've only
just
watched the first 2.
Follows.
You didn't see Dead.
No, I think
Tide's End,
Tide's
No,
End.
I haven't seen Tide's End.
like with Calypso and
No.
Davy Jones.
No, that's one. That's 2 and 3.
Yeah.
At
think I've-
World's
at
End
World's
and
End.
Dead Man's Chest. Those follow. That's Davy Jones and Calypso.
I've seen 1 and 2.
I would want a story of Calypso and Davy Jones any day.
That would be good.
But I'm just.
I just Jack Sparrow.
Also, Jack Sparrow.
Don't kill him.
If
Leave it open.
But he's
for
not
the,
in it.
for the fans. Leave it open for the fans to
do what they want
what they
with.
want.
But if Johnny Depp's not coming back,
I think
either
he
take
is
it in a take it in a
It's-
different direction,
up in the air.
either be like, great, you got this set of pirates over here, you got the original set,
Give us a Barbossa backstory.
there you go.
That would be cool.
Honestly, no. I just want because this is going right with what you agree with. And Zach, you're right. We're getting strung along because we're trying to go. Here's something you love: Lord of the Rings. We've seen a lot of those.
But
GI
it's
Joe. We've
just-
seen a lot of those.
They did so well with the first ones that they've built the name, and now they want to let the name die.
The 2020s, guys, has been just a generation of reboots. Has
Yeah,
been.
it
I mean,
has.
All it is.
It's so far. It's a decade of reboots. I'm trying to think of because I think we were starting to do a lot more reboots at the end of the 2010s because we had all the live adaptations, which I would say is a reboot, and it's just
Yeah. The only new movies that I'm excited. The only new movie I am excited for, aside from Spider-Man, which we still haven't heard anything about, is Wild Robot.
oh,
It
that
looks
looks so cute.
You need to see the trailer. It
Okay,
is
but
adorable.
Have you
just-
seen Iron Giant?
It's been years.
Oh my gosh, okay, it's
I
okay.
think it's been almost 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
I think I watched it when I was like 5.
Wow. Rawr. Anyway,
So, but like some of these, I'm tired of getting strung along
well, that's kind
because
of
it's see a new trailer. Oh, what's coming out? Oh, it's just another Fast and Furious.
or it's in other parts of the Caribbean.
Oh, it's another Pirates of the Caribbean.
well,
it's another
it's-
Transformers. It's another this. It's another
It's
that.
another Star Wars.
I'm just tired of. I want something new.
Well, it's hard to make stuff new. We're getting more Phineas and Ferb.
I know, but
It's true.
I want something new.
So this is
That
kind
is
of
a good point, though.
and that is kind of why are we at the end of our creative rope? I don't think so.
No.
There's no way.
We have been creating stories from the dawn of time. It's called lying. Lying has been around since Adam and Eve. Right?
He's not wrong.
And you know, we have, and I'm going to go a little bit biblical here for a second, right?
How dare you?
Jesus
Just
taught
kidding.
in parables. A lot of those were stories, right?
Yeah.
The prodigal son, for example, that is probably one of the most popular teachings of Christ, and it was a story. It was made
It's
up.
one of the best stories of redemption. We see
It
that
is.
we see it with Zuko. We see
do.
it with Kaladin. We see it
We
with.
see it all over. And what
Who
I'm
doesn't love
saying
the
is,
redemption arc?
we've had it from that. We've been having these really good stories being told throughout all time, and now, right, in the last 20, 30 years, we have had so many people gain incredible access to new tools, gaining access,
Tim is dying.
new tools, gaining access to old stories to gain inspiration, new art generated by AI in the more recent years.
That's scary.
That's giving us inspiration. I've been getting inspiration for my Dungeons and Dragons stories through AI and video games and other stories that I've read, and it's just, you know, it's inspiration, and that's I think the key to storytelling, good storytelling. If a story has already been told, take inspiration from that story, and then try to write something new.
You know the joke of like, you can copy my work, but don't make it obvious.
Yeah.
It's like actually kind of a good way to live, because it's just, you're inspired. It's an homage. If you, like, there was a time where there was a story arc in Marvel where Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, but then it turns into like this weird thing where he has to kill the origins of each character. So Pinocchio is the origin for Ultron and Vision, Moby Dick and the Whale. Captain Ahab and Moby Dick is like the inspiration for Magneto and someone else. You know, like, there's so many things. So Deadpool's going deeper and deeper down the hole and getting more into where these stories come from. And it's like, storytelling has always been a part of human nature. You know, I find that's funny. You call it lying, I call it storytelling. But you're right.
They're one and the same.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that while you guys were both talking, I just kind of realized. I'm thinking maybe right now we're going through a lot of reboots, just because it's taking us back to our childhood, better times when the world wasn't going sideways.
Well,
Absolutely.
But
And
I feel like that's. I don't want to go like. I don't want to throw too many cents into this, because this is not what this podcast is about. But I feel like if we're focused so much on negative, you never see the positive. So I think you're actually onto something, that we are trying to stay so much in our nostalgia and comfort that we keep looking around us now and we're not recognizing it for how awesome it is. And I know that's ironic, because when you look around my apartment, I have a lot of nostalgia memorabilia, but that's just because I want to remember it for the future. So.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with remembering things, but at the same time, you got to live your life. You got to move forward. You got to make new memories, right? That's being married. My anniversary was on Sunday. It's been a year. I've been married for a year, and it's been fantastic. And I remember the times when my wife and I were dating, and, you know, we'd go to the temple. We'd go on dates. You know, we'd go ice skating, and I broke my ankle ice skating, and and we went to the ice castles. It's really expensive, really pretty. We went, you know, we did all these things, and they were good memories, and I have pictures of them. But at the same time, now I'm trying to make new memories. We went to Arizona it was like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, that was
2 months ago, almost.
That was almost 2 months ago. Yeah, that was a blast.
It was a blast, and it was good new memories. I got to talk like Winnie the Pooh, and it was great.
My first trip with my now fiance.
Yeah.
Aww.
Great
new memories.
And that's where we're getting lost with media. Brandon Sanderson is doing an amazing job of writing new things. and keeping up with what he's already written and building on it. Other storytellers, right? Marvel, for example, they're doing an okay job. They're not doing as good a job as they used to, because I don't know why. I don't know.
So
I feel like we need to move forward and create something new. And that's one of the reasons I'm so excited for Wild Robot, right? Because it looks brand new.
but it looks like it's inspired
It looks inspired by
many-
Iron Giant,
by many other robots we love.
but at the same time, it looks brand new.
Shiny and new.
Just because it's inspired by something, though, doesn't mean that it can't be new.
No, that's the point.
Aragon, the boy with his dragon,
Yeah.
is literally just Star Wars.
What?
Think about it. Boy, magical sword. His father was evil. Wasn't actually his father, but whatever. He has his cousin who ends up being a bad guy, and he has to fight him.
Wait, Eldest becomes a bad guy?
No, Murtag.
I've never played it.
It's not a game.
I mean, I've never read it. I've read it. Sorry, shut up. Shut up, both of you.
I haven't read it either.
I've read
so
the first one.
My
I
point
haven't
is,
even done that.
My point is, it is very much inspired by Star Wars, and yet it's its own entity. It's
You're gonna
new.
hate me for saying this one. Star Wars and Harry Potter. Think about it.
They're the
Well,
same.
no, I've
Yeah.
heard that many times.
They're,
Well, no,
they're the
'cause
same.
we've talked about. It's not that they're the same. It's that they follow
They follow the same
They
guidelines.
an archetype.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what. But
and that's
Tim and
another thing.
if you've caught up with the podcast,
I
Zach,
haven't.
okay, then you would know that me and Tim
got
talked
bored.
about
I
this
got bored the
quite
other day
a lot.
of what. I got bored the other day of my music in my book, and I'm like, started scrolling through the list. Oh, hey, this one looks interesting. Play.
So everyone listening, though, if they've caught up, so like a few of our very
Avid listeners.
avid listeners,
Dedicated.
Sam, you know that we have mentioned this a lot. Like, we want to take what we love and put it to good use, which I think it's funny that I bring this up. Kind of funny about moving forward. I want to move forward with this with Superman, and kind of look at James Gunn, because someone asked him, "Hey, are you going to do what Marvel's doing and do like DC animated? Because Marvel's been doing X-Men '97, which I've heard is great. I need to watch it. I love that show as a kid. I watch it many times. The theme song, the guitar solo is like the best thing ever. And but James Gunn says, I don't want to just follow. I don't want to follow trends. I want to do my own thing, and that's why I'm excited for him to hopefully bring us a fresh yet familiar, inspired take on Superman. Mm-hmm. So it is a tricky game. It is a tricky thing you do here, but it's hard to make up. Well, I don't think it's really that hard. It's just that I think for the past decade and a half, we really reject things that are more unique than something we're familiar with. Like me and Tim have talked about with anything competing with Marvel. We've watched quite a few movies that didn't do well, and we realized it didn't do well because a Marvel movie was out at the same time. So
Yeah, there's been a lot of those that are really, really good movies. They just fell behind Marvel.
but then there are some that are bad.
Yeah, Babylon 80.
Babylon 18.
Okay, but like at the same time, it's the whole quote of there's no growth in comfort in your comfort zone. You can only grow outside when you're outside your comfort zone.
No. I'll grow in it, but I'm just not going to fit in it anymore.
It's one of those. We're all just
Yeah.
want to stay in our comfort zone.
Yeah.
We need to break out and give these other movies a shot.
Well, that's
Avatar.
No, there's no violence on this podcast.
I deserved that, but you deserved that.
But I think that's
and they didn't see that, and that's okay. And you can't even do it back to me. So, ha!
So I think for most of this, I think we really do need to give most of these a chance, because I feel like they are inspired by something, and we shouldn't give them too much grief, because there has been some that surprised us out of the woodwork. The Jumanji movie, I haven't seen the second one, but the current one with Dwayne Johnson. I did not think it was going to be that good, and then it turned out I bought it because I loved it.
Here's what we gotta do. We have to stop comparing new movies to whatever's similar.
That's just human nature, Zach.
I know, but your whole thing of these movies that didn't do well because a Marvel movie came out at the same time. Because I'm betting you those movies got compared to a Marvel movie, and everybody's like, it's Marvel, it's...
Or they didn't want to spend their money on it, because they were... Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, I'm trying to think of an example, my brain just went blank, but...
The Mummy movie with Tom Cruise. That's it.
Yeah.
That's one that I didn't think was terrible. We gave it what, a 7?
I think we gave it a 7. Like it was a good movie.
There were a few
Just-
things that were...
But just like, there's Marvel over here, or whoever, right?
Yeah.
Disney, whoever. And then there's a movie over here that goes along the same lines, like, same basic story, right? But they take it just over the hill this way, and the other company went over the hill this way. But we're so used to the way the mainline company does it that we're not even willing to give the other company a shot.
Well, but then also sometimes things happen where, like, in the late 90s, A Bug's Life came out the same year as Ants. Neither company knew about the other. They seriously announced them like a week or two apart from each other, and because I don't know who announced first, but they went, "Oh, you guys are making a movie about ants? We're making a movie about ants," and then it just kind of turned a big competitive thing. So I don't know.
But
I
I
will
bet
say-
those movies got compared a lot.
Yeah, they
did.
do.
They still do.
I'd rather watch Bug's Life
Same.
because it's better, because Ants is weird, but I also, you could tend to
But
compare.
it's that whole thing of they went this way, they went this way.
Yeah, and hopefully we will see that. And I've tried to, I don't know. It's either you're getting stuck. I think this is what's going to happen for a bit. I feel like we're going to continue to get a lot of reboots and adding on to stuff in franchises we love. And I think it's likely that Last Airbender Studios, I forgot what they call themselves, but I think it's all right for them to start making these movies because they've earned it, becoming so popular. They've become their own company.
No,
Awesome.
I agree with you. They've earned that right.
But I feel like we're probably just getting a lot of historical movies coming up for a bit, and a lot of, I don't know. I think some of these, like ones that, I don't know. Okay. I feel like we're going like way random. So I'm gonna try to rope it back in real quick, which is ironic because it's me.
Well, the three ADH kings of the group. Let's
Yeah.
be. Tim was literally saying that before we started recording.
I did.
You
I
did.
did
This
say
is
it.
gonna be like the most random.
We've actually done a pretty good job. This has been an hour and 20-ish minutes so far, so
No,
not
but-
bad.
He did call it the three
Call it.
most ADHD people.
And
in
that's
our
why I
group.
did the disclaimer too. I'm like, just to let y'all know, this is just kind of a filler tangent, just for fun.
This is just us
episode.
having fun.
So if you like to hear the conversations, fine. If you don't, you don't. It's fine. And
this
it's not
is-
even a set list this time.
Also, if you don't like this, I know I'm not a host, but just go to the next episode.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
this is not anything dedicated to one movie. If you don't like this style, just
I know. Then we've had a few like this where it's like, just if you don't like it, go
just
with it.
go to the next one. Like
Well, does anyone else have another movie? Because we talked about
We've
Superman.
got one more that's on our shared list.
Okay.
mind you, me and him wrote these lists separate. That's how long me and him have been best friends. Is we think this much alike of.
Okay, but there's been quite a few times where me and Tim make a list. No.
It was our top 10. Was it?
Top 10 for
Yeah,
Avatar.
top 10
10
Avatar.
episodes for
And-
Avatar.
and
We were
we-
like spot on with all
For
of them
the,
except
for the last
one.
five, for the last five, it was like the same. Anyway, so
Yeah, no,
what
but-
is the movie?
Despicable Me 4. It's another one. It's another one. Going back to letting a franchise die, I'm ready for Despicable Me to be just done.
I forgot there was a third one.
I'm ready to be done with Gru and his family.
Yes, that's
I'm ready to be done with Gru and his family. I'm happy with where we've left it off. I'd like to see more minions. You know,
I could
I'd
do
like to see more
shorts.
minions throughout time, right? I kind of want to see the minions building the pyramids of Egypt. I kind of want to see the minions, you know, fighting against the Mongols, stuff like that. I feel like, or I guess they'd be fighting with the Mongols. Anyway, I would want. I want to see more
That's-
stuff like that, but I'm ready. I don't want to. Again, for the sake of the fans out there who enjoy these characters, I don't want to kill anybody off. I don't want to kill Jack Sparrow. I don't want to kill any of the Star Wars main characters. Again, going back to my episode last week, I don't want to kill any of them for nostalgia's sake. English, holy cow, nostalgia's sake. I don't want to kill any of them off, but I'm ready to follow something new.
So
And maybe we run into them, you know, maybe we run into Gru at some point
like just an Easter egg,
as an Easter
like
egg.
what Pixar used to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is how I've kind
the
of seen
pizza
it.
truck for
Yeah,
Exactly.
This is what I've always kind of, or like a minion randomly in the background. But what I've always imagined is you either have two ways with a franchise. You either do such a good job that it is a monument, or you're putting them in a grave. Which one gets more amazement from people? A monument,
Monument.
not just a grave. So yeah, I think you guys are spot on. We don't want to kill these characters. We just want to have a monument. But the more you keep digging in, the deeper the grave's gonna get.
For me personally, I would love to see Gru's family older, right? Give it 20, 30 years down the line.
Yeah, they're the same
the-
age.
Yeah.
But more the great. What is it in the beginning?
It's Incredibles 2 all over again.
What is it in the beginning of the Minion movie?
It's
The Minions
It's the Ice Age.
going from evil
Or it's
boss
their-
to evil boss.
I always thought it was dumb. I always thought it was better the idea that they were made, but because that's what they were originally gonna do, I thought, and then it got really weird. But that's just
But
me.
they went from evil boss to evil boss. Correct?
and you guys were kids when that came out. I was like almost like I was like ninth grade high school, and I was like, this is dumb. So that's me.
So, but they went from evil boss to evil boss.
yeah,
Great. Gru has a family now. Is he really doing anything that evil anymore?
No.
That warrants them to stay with him? No, not really. Let's get to the next evil boss. And oh hey, in one of the heist scenes you see Gru and his family in the background, like they're at a restaurant. You see Gru and his family, Gru's kids grown up, all that, they're at dinner.
or
And
illuminate.
you can clearly tell that it's them.
Or I just think Illumination should just rear up, like pull up their pants and just put on their suspenders and get to work on making original stories like Pixar used to do.
Exactly.
Compete. Like, because Ice Age, Blue Sky Studio, gone. But because all they had was Ice Age, they made robots, which was great, but then they like didn't try anything else. People who made Iron Giant, and then they made that crappy Adam Sandler Hanukkah movie, and which is funny, but it just wasn't for everybody, and it killed the company. And it's like, if you're doing such a good job and you have a few iconic characters, yeah, keep the iconic characters, like for fun little shorts, or like Scrap being the symbol of their company, or the Minions. Like, I think the Minions coming out every time going Illumination, like I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah.
But I think they just need to start becoming a Mongol against DreamWorks, Pixar, and Disney.
Yeah.
That's what they should be doing. And I think so far, the only one that I'm kind of hopeful, which is ironic because everyone keeps thinking they're going to die in like 10 years, is DreamWorks. Because
I don't
DreamWorks,
think DreamWorks is going anywhere.
well, they always are the ones that seem to
They're the ones.
fluctuate the most. If you've looked at their,
They're the ones that, in my opinion, they're the ones that have come out with the most originals that are good. That isn't Disney.
Or
Old,
or
that
a
isn't
sequel.
old Disney, and that's not sequels. You're right.
But-
Like old Disney, all of the Disney princesses. We've got like what 15 of them.
yeah,
More,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And like
10.
Disney's doing an okay job giving us new Disney princesses because that's their thing. It's the other stuff that they, now they're just giving us sequels. It's my issue with the live action stuff, right? It's essentially just when you remaster a video game, when you remake a video game, you should make it better. You update it, update the graphics. That's all they're doing with the live action movies. Sometimes. And sometimes sometimes it's a remaster and they update the graphics. Sometimes it's a remake and
They tweak it a little
they
bit.
tweak it a little bit. But all in all, it's the same characters, the same story. It's the same stuff that we've already seen, and I'm ready for something new. That's one of the things.
New is better.
New is better. That's one of the things I am very impressed with the Legend of Zelda series. Little less impressed after Tears of the Kingdom being the direct sequel, but their games, most of them are original. Most of them, obviously we have Link, we have Zelda, we have Ganondorf, we have the same kinds of main characters, but it's different timelines and it's different story,
Well, and different mechanics.
different mechanics. It's
They-
all different.
They kept the characters that they were known for,
Yes,
but changed.
they kept.
They went, okay, we like this, this, and this. Grab that off the shelf. Great. Throw the rest of it away. We're starting over.
Well, I feel like we're now like, maybe we're going into what's it called, circular reasoning. Maybe I don't know because I feel like video games are a different creature.
They are.
Because Mario, very similar thing. Metroid, very similar thing. But after a while, it can die off. Before the newest God of War games, it was going downhill.
Yeah, the first three were
First
very
three are
repetitive.
awesome.
They are great.
But then you get the weird Ascension one, not as good. It was a weird prequel. You get the one with his brother. It's okay, but we're seeing like legit the same game. We're just getting.
I forgot those existed.
Exactly.
Honestly, I honestly forgot that it wasn't just 1, 2, 3, and then the Norse stuff.
No. But people were getting sick of it, and then they announced it. They changed it. But so here's kind of the thing of kind of with original stuff. Disney did try to make something. Well, Disney has tried to make new and original movies. They just haven't done so well. Like, and the most example I think of is like Wish.
Yeah, we talked about Wish a few episodes ago.
And why didn't it do that well?
I honestly, I'm not sure. It just the story felt Magnifico felt like he was forced to be the bad guy by Disney and not by the story. And I felt like it just wasn't as
It was inspired.
perfect.
Would you agree it was inspired by all the old stuff?
It was 100%
So
inspired by the
what-
old stuff.
So what do we need to do for more original works when we are inspired by what people love?
I'm gonna keep talking about Wish, our remake, right? Talking about Represalius, my made up character.
Go look up our episode on Wish if you don't know what we're talking about.
I created a new bad guy.
Zach, I'm just kidding.
I created a new bad guy who, it was good and bad on the same level.
Yeah.
Instead of the good being lowly and the bad being the king, it was a king versus a king, or a king versus a powerful magic user, powerful sorcerer kind of thing.
And it was like a love note to like Jafar, and it was a love note to like
Exactly.
all these types of characters. It felt Disney. So
It felt more inspired than what we got.
I think that's why the and we're gonna bring it up again, and you guys can tell like me and Tim are really excited, and I really hope it doesn't suck. But what's the robot one called? I just based on
Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot. I think apparently it's a book, so I gotta look that up. Yeah, that was another random rant. I don't know. I feel like we're kind of just running laps here at this point, guys. So, is there any few more you want to do? Any more that you're like super stoked or excited for? I feel like we made our point clear of what we're nervous about and what we want in general for media. And it's funny because it's kind of the reasons why I made this podcast in the first place, because of what we've been seeing. And nothing's gotten better this past. I thought maybe after the, because we made this podcast, and right when we started, the I don't want to call them riots. The
Strikes.
Hollywood,
Yes,
the,
the strikes.
the writers' strikes.
the writer strikes came, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, so. But I thought it would get better after that. But
Maybe we're just getting through all the writer strikes.
that is true.
That's a really good point, and maybe that's where Wild Robot will be a step
Maybe
up.
the
where
Wild
that's-
Robot
Yeah.
is us turning the page. Like maybe all these movies are all during the writer's strike of this is what everybody else came up with because they didn't have the writers there.
Yeah. Or we're actually getting the writers are getting their just desserts. Like all the quality ones are coming back, and we're not just throwing them on the back burner. They're actually getting, because there are some writers who I absolutely think deserved to strike, and then there are those who were just these minor, weren't as talented, but because just because you went, never mind, I don't want to get too into that, but you know what I mean. There are some writers who I think it really affected us not having them writing, and we weren't getting the quality that we could have had. So, I think maybe I think the best way to end this one is that we're looking forward to Wild Robot, at least, because it's to us the most original. They've taken inspiration. It is from a book, but this book does look like it's a love letter to many things that many of us love. So
I would love to see come back in a year. Three of us will come back to this conversation in a year.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
we'll do that. I like it. We'll easily have you.
No, just
back.
one of those let's come back in a year.
Maybe
'Cause-
5 years. Give us time to get new movies.
Yeah, no, but one of those because we're getting the whole writers' strike thing. I'm still on about that. I think we're just coming to the tail end of what they had in the makes during the writers' strike. We'll see where we're at in a year when give them a full year of being back.
Yeah.
Back in their offices doing what they do. Let's see what's coming out 2026.
Yeah.
That's more what I'm excited for.
Well, we can do
2025, I'm a
another
little
one.
bit. There's a few things, but what's coming out 2026?
I don't know.
2027. Those are the ones I'm looking forward to.
That you're
Great.
hopeful for.
That I'm hopeful for. That great. We have our writers back where we need them.
Yeah.
Let's stop controlling them. Let's let them do their thing.
And hopefully we just start getting original and quality stuff. Well, I mean, I got nothing. I'm kind of I've said my piece on.
We've covered it.
I think we've all ranted enough.
Yeah.
This was a good rant ramble episode.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of fun. And Zach, thanks for coming on. I hope you had fun.
I
Sorry
had-
if it was just like us for a little bit, and
Oh,
we're
I-
just going off on some pitch stuff.
We're good.
Me and Tim have learned how to pass the ball to each other. I kind of sometimes like hog it. I'm like, oh, it's mine. So
I feel like for me though, it was we were playing monkey in the middle a little bit. Like it was you two, and then I finally go, okay, now it's my turn, and then it's me and Tim freaking over here throwing stuff, and you're just over here looking at us like, what in the heck are you talking about? You know, like we kind of all three kind of took turns.
Well, there was a lot of stuff, and there were some things that me and you were very passionate. It was good. I really think 3 people is a lot of fun, and I think we will probably try to get some more guests. We did have fun with Ethan that one time. This was probably this one felt kind of more natural. Even more. I didn't feel too nervous about a third person. So, but this was fun. But well, yeah. Thanks for coming. But I'm gonna let Tim close it for us.
It's my turn to my turn to end it. Yeah. Again, if you did stay to the end, if you didn't skip it with all the chaos, thank you. Again, thank you for listening, being a part of this. It's you guys that support us, and we really appreciate it. And yeah, until next time, just love each other, be kind, and try to go create some good stories of your own. Till next time, we'll see you later, pitches.
Bye.
Bye.